www.5.tv/poker and answer the question. Entrants must be over 18 and the competition closes midnight on the 11th of April. And if you're finding you're loving poker, then log on to the website www.5.tv/poker to find out more about the game. There's also great downloadable video tutorials from leading players, and of course, clicking on Win will take you to our competition details.
You've got to be a top-class competitor to get to the top of your game, and all of these guys have done on the international stage, so it's probably not a big surprise to see the sheer will to win we've seen from them here.
Pass.
Tony Cascarino. He's sticking about half his stack in here, Park. Trying to take this pot on the basis of the king and the queen.
Pass.
And will Uli Stein call is the question.
I was going to say probably not, so he definitely will. And he has.
And, is it automatic all in for Tony no matter what hits?
10.
Oh, that is a pot.
Tony.
Yes.
All in.
In answer to your question, this is a very, very tough call for Uli.
Well, he's got the best hand.
You know, even if he could see Tony's hand, it's still no shoe in. Because Tony would have ended the other 3 aces, 4 nines, a king or a queen.
Very close percentage-wise. Uli Stein with the narrow favorite. What is he thinking about?
Well, he's probably thinking that Tony's raised just before the flop, so but 2 big cards, a jack and a 10 on the flop, are quite likely to have, or liable to have done something for Tony's hand.
It's not a small bet, Park. It's a huge bet. And Uli's calling it. Tony Cascarino says, you got me. I need help. And this is huge. This could either...
Tony would be quite happy to see he's in such good shape here.
It could either knock Tony Cascarino out, or...
This is really the last thing Tony wanted, was to get involved in a 50-50 shot, because he'd probably consider himself the strongest player in the event.
Cascarino all in and now needing a 9, a queen, a king, or an ace on the river. Those are the only cards. Ireland out.
Threes again.
Uli Stein has made about 12 threes in this heat, and 3 of them have taken down an Irish sporting legend.
What are you playing, Charles?
Tony Cascarino had to like his chances when the flop came down, but Uli Stein would not be budged. Cascarino couldn't catch the straight, could make no pairs, and 3 trees on the river, beating out 1 pair alone. Tony, your last hand, that was an awful big bet you made on the flop, but Uli didn't show you much respect.
Not at all. I mean, Jesse, Jack 10-3, I've got King Queen, I've got a lot of outs. I weren't going to try any other move. I just felt I've got to go all in, and I'm surprised that he called with ace-3, to be fair. But I still had a huge number of cards to it, and two goes it, so, you know, that happens.
There wasn't many chips on offer at this table. Everybody playing real tough. Think the footballers are going to be a force in this tournament?
Hopefully we'll have some good fun along the way as well, but they're not putting too many hands down. They're showing a lot of bravery.
3 players left. The stump, the lump, and the pump. Thomas Brolin just happy to still be in. Uli Stein won't budge, and the tenacious scorer Alan Ball just trying to weave things through.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Uli Stein's got half the chips. What should these other 2 players, Sweden and England, be thinking? How can they get the chips off of Uli Stein?
Well, they're going to have to show him a hand. Uli Stein's playing a very... He's played a pretty solid game. It'll be interesting to see what happens if whether Uli Stein and Alan Ball pick up a gear when the blinds start getting a little bit bigger.
Well,
Thomas Brolin certainly knows his way around the poker table and the kitchen.
3-handed, Park. If you're not on the button, you're in the blinds. And 6 by 6 it looks like Alan Ball and Uli Stein are going to be forced to play a pot without much at all in the way of chips.
Probably the two guys
6,
most
4.
likely to move before the flop in this tournament. Thomas Brolin is on low stack, and Tony Cascarino was out. I mean,
This would be considered a huge flop for Alan Ball.
10,000.
Straight and a flush draw.
Call.
And Uli Stein with naught but a pair of threes, technically leading, but you'd rather have Ball's hand at this stage.
4.
I think now you'd rather have Uli's.
I think I'd like to be able to get the first bet in here. Wouldn't care which hand I had.
32,000 in the pot, and can Alan Ball find his strong left arm?
Check.
Well, this is great stuff.
We were just saying he was playing very conservatively.
25,000.
Now he's made a nice bet here. He's protecting his hand. He's correctly worked out that 4s and 3s is miles in front here, and he's quite correctly not giving Alan a free card.
He won't know that Alan Ball has as big a draw as he has. There's no way that Alan Ball can fold here, is there, Berg?
No.
He doesn't like it, though. Deep sigh,
Call.
and England.
I hate that. I've never won a pot against a guy that sighed like that on the turn.
Needing to catch a header from the corner kick.
10.
He's missed.
Alan could probably win with a bet here, but he's not to know that. I think this will be just check. Stein won't be pushing his pair of 3s any further. He was either in front already, or else he was going to be called. So, quite correctly, he's bet 30,000.
Uli Stein is just opening
Pass.
up the gears as this game goes on. He's gone from being the tightest player at the table to a man on slippery speed. And this German, the runaway chip leader right now, Parr.
Well, you got to like the play there. Obviously, he was protecting against Thomas having, Alan Ball having maybe a better 3 than he did. It would have been very hard to call that with something like Queen 3 or something. So it was quite a good bet in the end from Uli, who's gone up at least half a gear. You know, he's not afraid to put his chips into the pot when he thinks he's got the best hand.
Well, the German side might not have been favourite when this tournament draw was announced, Parg, but
I think it's just as well they don't have 3 goalkeepers. Nobody turn up.
Check.
You know, there's a lot of the teams where you know, people would have thought that the footballer was going to be the weak link, but
30,000
you know,
more.
in this tournament, there's going to be some.
Call.
Like a lot of these footballers have shown that they can play as well as the snooker players can.
Parg, this is very dangerous here for Thomas Brolin. Uli Stein has just limped in, basically, with the king-queen, and
4, 2.
with a worse
10.
king, Brolin has raised and now is in danger
Check.
of doing his chips.
All in.
Oh, this is a great bet from Thomas.
30,000.
He's got the worst hand, but he's oops.
Call.
He's a bit unlucky to get called. You got to like the play.
It was a great play, but Sweden on the ropes here. Uli Stein in a situation, Parg, where unless a 3 comes, he's going to have nearly all the chips head up.
Well, you know, he's showing a lot of courage, Uli Stein. But like we're just saying, when he thinks he has the best hand, he doesn't mind putting his chips in.
8.
Well, there's only one card in the deck, and unless it's a 3, Thomas Brolin is going to go the way.
Oh my God!
Caught it!
Well, you know what? He deserved that, Jesse. He played the pot very aggressively, put in the race before the flop, but very little, and then went fired the second bullet. And you know, sometimes you get rewarded for.
Well,
Look at that bad hand. It looked all over for Thomas Brolin. There's only 3 cards in the deck coming up to the river, but the crab hit and salad. Sweden back in this.
Pass. Check. No raise.
And Alan Ball up against Uli Stein. The last time these two tangled,
I don't know why they'd open about 40,000 each into the pot and then just drop 4 5 cards. Get on with it.
King, ace, 4.
second pair here for Alan Ball and